Acha, we thank Professor Dilip Kumar Roy for his clear exposition of Sri Aurobindo's philosophy of supermind. Our next speaker is Shri Ritam Sinha. The problem is I don't have his resume with me, so I don't know what to say about him. The only thing I can say is, by way of introduction, is to say that he is an ex-student of the Sri Aurobindo International School of Education. And the subject that we have given to him is the importance of physical education in integral yoga. But we leave it open to him, and he can say whatever he feels fit.
Namaskar. With folded hands, I dedicate this piece of personal experience to our Lord Shri Aurobindo and the Divine Mother. Our life is a tiny dot in the vast and illumined scheme of the divine life as shown by Shri Aurobindo and the Mother in minute details throughout their material life. Majority in this august gathering are well aware of and must have experienced the magical and unforgettable benediction at some point or the other. I am privileged to address an august gathering here on the occasion of our Lord Shri Aurobindo's 150th year of his birth. It is time to rejoice and be infinitely grateful for all that we have received from our Lord and the Divine Mother. They have ad nauseum told mankind to collaborate, to hasten the process of realization and transformation. Otherwise, it will take longer time, but the end result is inevitable. As the Divine Mother in the book, the Mother says, inébranlable en ta victoire, or the victory is inevitable, unshakable, and certain. Now let us be worthy of being the Lord and the Divine Mother's children and live the duration of mankind's progress in their hands and instead concentrate our individual inner progress. That is the practice, the innumerable and endless advices, or a clear road map to be followed in life as enunciated by them. If we look at the nasty politics and destruction happening all around us, naturally we get disturbed and shaken. But at the same time, as we look at the young children and observe their eyes and movements, speeches, it dawns on us that mankind has taken manifold leaps in natural evolution. That I can very confidently and categorically state that a young kid of 2 years, as on date in general, has an IQ level that I had at an age of 10 years. That is the natural and inevitable progress or evolution in spite of deplorable outward circumstances. We have to be positive and attempt to live up to the ideals of the Divine Mother and Shri Aurobindo under every circumstances. This was the refrain that our teachers, captains at school group constantly reminded. Now I have been told by Oshimda to record my experiences during schooling and college years at Shri Aurobindo International Center of Education at Pondicherry. I was privileged to have been selected by the Divine Mother in the year 1969 and completed higher course of college in the year 1982. It was an enlightening spiritual growing up by the grace of the Divine Mother and the Lord. Actually, these years, the Divine Mother's health was not very good. Therefore, we could have her darshans only on our birthdays and darshan days. It was not as frequent as the generations prior to us. It was sheer grace that we had the opportunity to touch her feet and sometimes place our head on her lap and receive her blessings. It was like an electric current charging you up. It was like a supreme calm and light engulfing. The intense experience cannot be described in words. However, due to the mother's health deteriorating, her physical activities had been curtailed. Therefore, we were physically looked after by the generation of teachers, captains, who were directly trained, guided by the Divine Mother herself. She had competent hands like Pranabda, Birenda and others. The young elite batch consisted of Manojda, Monada, Sumantada and Taradi, Jhumurdi, Paruldi, Namitadi, Sumedhaben and many others who played a pivotal role in nurturing the children like me without expecting anything, selflessly and with total dedication on the ideals inculcated by the Divine Mother. Many of the teachers, group captains, took charge of classes and organizing physical activities at a very young age of 14-15 years, directly under the guidance of the Divine Mother. She took minute care to train up these young girls and entrusted them as boarding in charge and physical education group captains at that young age. Lot of them are still continuing with reduced workload even after having crossed 80 years. We salute their perseverance and total dedication and unflinching faith and surrender at the feet of the Divine Mother. I wish and pray that these selected individuals, having the infinite grace of being taught and trained by the Divine Mother, write some testimonies as invaluable gift for the future generation. Now let us delve into the historical sequence in brief of how the educational activities came into existence. Lord's landing in Pondicherry on the 4th April 1910 with a bunch of close associates. The mother's first meeting with our Lord on 29th March 1914, First World War, and the mother's final arrival on 24th April 1920. On 24th November in the year 1926, being Siddhi Day, our Lord relinquished and withdrew and handed over managing the outward activities to the Divine Mother so that he could pursue intense yoga. The Divine Mother started to micromanage in the minute details the physical organization of the ashram and its expansion. Thereafter, the Second World War started, and a large section of devotees started imploring that their families and children be allowed to settle in Pondicherry in view of the severity of the war. The Divine Mother finally agreed and started establishing the formation of the school in the year 1943, and it was named Shri Aurobindo International Center of Education. We recently celebrated 75 years of school in 1918. We are fortunate to have numerous books by many teachers, group captains, and ex-students who have spent long hours in researching on the archives to enlighten future generations. The teachers and group captains' interaction and minute guidance directly from the Divine Mother, especially the first few batches with whom the Divine Mother practically supervised and guided and set standards. For example, like play fair, make effort to improve on your timing, but not necessarily try to be Olympic champion. Your progress is most important. It is practically impossible to enumerate all the advices, guidances that these towering individuals or teachers and the group captains imparted to us. I have just named a few teachers, group captains. The total number of teachers, group captains from kindergarten to higher course or college would be voluminous affair. But each one contributed and nurtured us in various stages of our growing up with extreme care, love, and full commitment. Even after our completion of studies, they would encourage us, was caring, and guided us in difficulties. It is a bonding stronger than any family bonding of blood relations. These characteristics are possible due to the Divine Mother's and Lord's infinite guidance, compassion, and love. Be truthful, frank, upright human beings and face life head on without fear, as the Divine Mother and Shri Aurobindo is always there by your side. These were the exhortations that were imparted to us by the teachers, group captains, and others. The entire atmosphere was charged with brotherhood, goodwill, and pleasantness. Occasionally there were arguments and fights, but they were on rare occasions, and everything used to be brought under control by elders. And the Divine Mothers and the Shri Aurobindo's creation of this unique system of education is being slowly adopted with necessary changes all over the world. Whenever we introspect and look within, the golden days of the past comes flooding in our conscious mind, and it gives us happiness. What Shri Aurobindo says echoes and re-echoes in our mind and the soul, one's inner being. There cannot be a deeper and comprehensive understanding that a human being's life from birth till his death is a journey of experiences that the soul has chosen. That is why Lord has said, and I am quoting, the education of a human being should begin at birth and continue throughout his life, unquote. It is indeed pleasing to note that a large section of human beings are beginning to realize that the approach of the integral yoga of Shri Aurobindo and the Mother very spontaneously, without any publicity and propaganda. Shri Aurobindo and the Mother on various occasions has told that the sadhana is different and cannot be taught by imposing and learning by rote. It was to be felt, understood through a process of inner opening and slow assimilation. And the entire process is meticulously chalked out by the Lord and the Divine Mother. That is happening. Number of people opening up to the integral yoga of the Lord and the Divine Mother and are growing, and it is bound to grow even further because there is no other path for the transformation of the body. What is extremely heartening is the fact that large sections are feeling the need and approaching spontaneously all over the world. In any case, numbers are not important for the integral yoga of the Lord and the Divine Mother. I am inwardly confident that there is no alternative path in the world to what Lord and the Divine Mother has shown to us and asked us to practice. It is the surest way to achieve spiritual freedom. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ritam Da, for sharing your personal experiences at the Shri Aurobindo International School of Education. With this, we come to an end of